Claire never checked her husband's social media. Not because she trusted him blindly, but because after 12 years of marriage, curiosity is replaced by routine. Mornings were predictable. Coffee at 7:10. News playing softly. Ethan leaving exactly at 7:45 with the same rushed kiss on her cheek. Their life wasn't exciting, but it was stable, and stability felt like success. They owned a small house outside Seattle. 2 cars. Shared bills. Weekend grocery trips. Friends who described them as solid. Claire liked that word. Solid meant safe. The discovery happened because of something stupid. Claire's phone died while she was ordering groceries online. Ethan's laptop sat open on the dining table, already logged into his email. She hesitated only a second before using it. That's when a notification appeared in the corner of the screen. Instagram. New login detected. Username. Ethan.Rivera.Photos. Claire frowned. Her husband didn't use Instagram anymore. He always said social media was pointless. Curious, she clicked on a second account opened automatically. Not private, not hidden well. Just forgotten. A different Ethan. The profile photo showed Ethan smiling. Younger somehow. Relaxed in a way she hadn't seen in years. The page was full of photos she had never seen. Restaurants. Sunsets. Weekend trips. And a woman. She appeared again and again, laughing beside him. Sitting across from him at dinner. Standing close enough that strangers would assume they were a couple. Claire felt her pulse slow. Instead of racing, shock sometimes arrives. Quietly, the captions were worse. Best weekends feel like. Escape. Some people make you feel alive. Again. Posted during workdays, during business. Trips. During nights, he claimed exhaustion. The timeline. Claire scrolled further back. 2 years. The account went back 2 full years. That meant the affair had begun while they were still renovating their kitchen, while planning anniversaries, while discussing whether they should finally take a vacation together. Her hands trembled slightly when she opened the messages. She told herself she would stop after one. She didn't. The woman's name was Maya. Their messages weren't just romantic. They were intimate in a deeper way. Inside jokes, daily check-ins, complaints about work, conversations about fears and dreams. Things Ethan rarely shared with Claire anymore. One message froze her completely. Maya, do you think you'll ever leave her? Ethan, I just need time. The message was sent 3 weeks ago. That evening, Ethan came home carrying takeout. Thought, you'd like Thai tonight, he said. Cheerfully, Claire watched him move around the kitchen. Same voice. Same smile. 2 completely different lives. She realized something terrifying. He wasn't acting nervous. He believed she would never know. The experiment. Claire didn't confront him. Instead, she followed the account. From a fake profile, she wanted to see how he behaved when he felt safe. Within hours, Ethan accepted the follow request. That hurt more than anything, because he had ignored her messages earlier that day, claiming meetings, but he had time for strangers. The photo that broke everything. Late that night, a new post appeared. A photo uploaded minutes earlier. Ethan sitting at a waterfront bar. Across from him sat Maya, raising a glass toward the camera. Claire checked the timestamp. He had told her he was working late again. Her chest tightened because she suddenly knew exactly where he was. 10 minutes away. Claire grabbed her keys. For 12 years, she had trusted him completely. Tonight, she was going to meet the version of her husband she had never known existed. Claire didn't remember leaving the bar. One moment she was standing in front of Ethan. The next she was outside. Cold night air filling her lungs as if she had been underwater too long. Maya's pregnant. The words echoed again and again. For 12 years, Claire had built a life with this man. Birthdays, holidays, shared losses, quiet routines that felt permanent. And somewhere inside those same years, he had built another future. One that didn't include her. Ethan caught up with her near the car. Claire, please listen, he said, breathless. She turned slowly. There were 1,000 questions she could have asked. Why? When did you stop loving me? Was any of it real? But none of them mattered anymore. Do you love her? She asked instead. He hesitated. That hesitation was the answer. I didn't mean for this to happen, he said quietly. Claire nodded. That's the problem, she replied. You never meant anything. You just let things happen until someone else paid the price. He reached for her hand. She stepped back. For years I thought we were growing apart, she said. I blamed stress, work, time. Her voice softened. But you weren't drifting. You were leaving. Going home, Claire returned to the house alone. The silence felt different now. Not heavy, just honest. She walked through each room slowly. Photos from vacations. Wedding pictures. Small decorations they had chosen together. Evidence of a life that had once been real. She didn't destroy anything. She simply packed. Clothes first. Then books. Then the framed photo from their wedding day. She paused before placing it face down inside a box. Not out of anger. Out of closure. Ethan called for days. Voicemails filled with apologies. Promises, confusion that he said he loved her. He said he didn't want to lose everything. But Claire realized something important. He wasn't afraid of losing her. He was afraid of losing stability. And for the first time, she refused to be someone's safety net. She filed for divorce the following week. No arguments. No revenge. Just an ending. Months later, spring arrived quietly. Claire moved into a smaller apartment near the water. She learned new routines. Morning walks. Coffee alone. Evenings without tension. Peace felt unfamiliar at first, then necessary. One afternoon, while working at a cafe, a stranger asked if he could share her table. He spoke easily, without trying to impress her. No hidden phone, no nervous glances, just conversation. When he left, he smiled and said, "It was nice meeting you." Simple, honest, and Claire realized something she hadn't expected. She wasn't afraid anymore. What happened to Ethan through mutual friends? She later learned the truth. Maya had discovered more lies, other messages, other promises Ethan had made even during their relationship. The life he tried to control collapsed quickly. He lost both women. And for the first time, he had no one left to convince. Standing by the water months later, Claire understood something clearly. The betrayal hadn't destroyed her life. It had revealed the truth she was too comfortable to see. Sometimes love doesn't. And because someone stops loving you, it ends. Because you finally start loving yourself enough to leave. Claire drove without turning on the radio. The city lights blurred past her windshield, every red light feeling longer than it should. Her hands stayed steady on the wheel, but inside, something fragile was cracking open. She wasn't crying. Not yet. The location from the photo was easy to recognize, a waterfront bar popular with couples and late-night crowds. She and Ethan used to go there years ago, before routines replaced spontaneity, before silence replaced conversation. Claire parked across the street, through the large glass windows. She saw them immediately. Ethan sat facing Maya, leaning forward, smiling in a way Claire hadn't seen in years. Relaxed, alive, listening. Carefully as Maya spoke, he looked happy. That was the moment. That hurt the most, watching her own marriage from outside. Claire stayed in the car longer than she planned. She expected anger, rage, something loud and explosive. Instead, she felt like a stranger observing someone else's life. Ethan reached across the table and touched Maya's hand. The gesture was gentle, familiar, the same way he used to touch Claire. Her chest tightened. For a second she considered driving away and pretending she never saw it. But something inside her refused to stay silent anymore. She stepped out of the car. The bar door opened with a soft chime. Neither of them noticed her at first. Claire walked slowly toward the table. Ethan looked up. His face changed instantly. Confusion, fear, disbelief crashing together. "Claire?" Maya turned, smiling politely at first, assuming Claire was a waitress or acquaintance. Then she saw Ethan's expression. "What's wrong?" Maya asked. Claire placed her purse gently on the table. "I think," she said calmly, "you should explain to her who I am." Silence swallowed the noise of the bar. Ethan's mouth opened, but no words came. Maya looked between them. "Who are you?" Claire met her eyes. "I'm his wife." Maya laughed. Nervously, "No. He told me he was separated." Claire nodded slowly. "He told me he was working late." The truth landed between them like broken glass. Ethan stood. "Quickly, can we talk outside?" He whispered desperately. "No," Claire said quietly. "We talk here." People nearby pretended not to listen, but every movement slowed. Maya's hands began to shake. "How long?" she asked Ethan. He looked at the floor. Claire answered for him. 12 years. Maya's face drained of color. "I didn't know," Maya whispered. "I swear." Claire believed her instantly, because Maya's shock looked exactly like her own. Ethan ran a hand through his hair. "I was going To tell both of you, he said weakly. Claire almost smiled. That seems to be your favorite sentence. Maya suddenly stood up. You said you lived alone. You said your marriage ended years ago. Ethan reached toward her, but she stepped back. The illusion shattered in real time, that a truth neither woman expected. Maya grabbed her bag, breathing hard. Before leaving, she turned to Claire. I'm sorry, she said sincerely. Claire nodded. I know. Maya walked out without looking back. Ethan turned toward Claire, panic replacing confidence. Please, he said. Let me explain. Claire stared at him. This wasn't one mistake, she said softly. This was a second life. He hesitated, and that hesitation revealed something worse than cheating. Not for hurting her, but for being caught. The hidden secret. Claire picked up Ethan's phone from the table. A notification lit the screen. A calendar reminder. Doctor appointment. 9:30 a.m. She frowned. You're not sick. Ethan froze. It's nothing. Claire opened the reminder. Attached was a clinic. Address, a fertility center. Her stomach dropped. Why are you going to a fertility clinic? Ethan's silence lasted too long. Then he whispered, Maya's pregnant. The world seemed to tilt. Claire realized the affair wasn't just emotional, that it had a future. And suddenly she understood something terrifying. Her marriage wasn't ending. It had already been replaced.